previous couple of years?
Yeah, no question. We're a ways ahead in some of the areas. Yeah, we're doing some things offensively, and we're playing. From an effort standpoint, we're at a higher level because I think the guys they have experience now. They aren't spending so much of their time. You see a little bit of it with Clint Carlson or even with Paul Jesperson. You see some of it where they're trying to decide which way they should go or what they should do. Last year we had 7 or 8 of those guys. This year we've just got 2 or 3 of them in that situation. So that experience, you can feel it at practice. I think that the most important part of having experience is what they expect and demand from each other at practice. You're going to play at a really high level. You're going to compete at a really high level in all of the drills that we do, with all of our practice time. That's been the biggest noticeable difference for me so far this year.
Coach, have you decided on any red shirts or what you're going to do with some of the newer guys?
Yeah, Wyatt Lohaus will not redshirt. I know there's been some talk back and forth about that. Ted Friedman and I, and maybe it's been out there a little bit. Maybe you've read about it or seen it. Ted and I have had 4 or 5 good conversations about him taking a redshirt this year. We're headed down that road. We'll talk a little bit more this week, but the reason Ted did not play in the 2 exhibition games is because of our conversations about taking a redshirt year this year. I think there's some real positives for both Ted individually and for our program to have that happen. Ted is, he's going to be a terrific player, and because of where we stand from, a positioner, if you will, with Seth and Nate and Marvin being seniors, an opportunity to have Ted redshirt this year makes some sense from a playing standpoint. He can spend considerable time working on his offensive game where he does need some improvement. But what he does at the defensive end of the floor, what he does in rebounding, what he does from a maximum effort standpoint, he really high level in all of those areas. And he is, I don't know how much has been written about or talked about, but he is, in terms of his academics as a student, he's at the very highest level. And so this would afford him another year in the classroom to maybe get a second major, maybe start his master's degree. But he is absolutely tremendous in the classroom. So we're headed toward that with Ted right now. And we'll wrap that up this week, but that's the way it's headed.
Last year, the